Whiskey 3, Lima Tango Romeo. Whiskey 3, Lima Tango Romeo.
Winter Field Day is more of an emergency exercise that is conducted by ham radio operators, also known as amateur radio operators, throughout the entire world. It is a type of an exercise where we set up amateur radio stations in a remote location, more other than our home stations and so forth. Again, the home stations are permissible, as well as outdoor locations as well. We also bring this together as a group, our club, where we operate different bands, 80 meters right to 10 meters, and we do run both phone, and we have CW operators here today. CW meaning Morse code operation. But it's a nice operation, and we hopefully that we can interest more people down the road to becoming a part of amateur radio. We're very, very well happy with the turnout that we had today and so forth. We do have another field day coming up, which is Summer Field Day, and that will be conducted at Merle-Shanowski Park here in Greenfield Township, and that is on the last weekend of June of this year. Actually, it's the weekend before the last weekend. It's the 22nd or 23rd, and that is again to an exercise that we bring the general public to also, and it covers the United States and Canada. Approximately 35 to 40,000 amateur radio operators do participate in this particular event.
So what's happening is this is the server. All these PCs are linked on a LAN to this server. This server is collecting all of the contacts. As you can see, they're going up as people are working them. What is on the bottom right is the country's broken up into what they call ARRL sections. So some are just states, depending on the size. Like Delaware, you see is just DE, but Pennsylvania is so big that it's EPA and WPA. If you see under the 3 there. So the goal is to try to work every section of the U.S. if you could, because then you get multipliers for your points. So what's up on the top right is the total score we have, which is the total multipliers times the number of contacts we've had, times how many radios we're running. There's a whole formula for it. The logging program takes care of all that for you. So what this is showing is basically what everyone is working. Who's the operator working each station, where they're located, and what contacts they're making. And it updates automatically. And everybody else can see everybody else as well. So that's why we have it up here. And it kind of gives you an idea of where we are points-wise. And it also helps deconflict. That's the call sign in red, what band they're on and what mode they're on. So you'll see like KA3UBG is Joe back there, right? He's on phone, and he's over on 40 meters. And then that's my call sign under there because that's the name of my PC, but that happens to be Evan working W3LTR. So he's on Morse code, or what we call CW, continuous wave. So that gives you status where everybody is and helps you deconflict who's where, because obviously we can't see each other all the time, so it just helps someone looking at the server deconflict so we don't get on the same band. Because if you're on the same band, we could be working the same people twice, and you just get duplicate after duplicate. And those aren't worth any points. Once you work somebody, that's it. Unless you work them on a different band in a different mode. If you work them on the same band, the same mode, it's not worth anything. You only get them once. So that's how it works. Over that way, you see the coax above the roof over there. So those are a wire antenna. They're very portable. We'll pull them down when we're done. They're basically just tied to the trees through branches. And then they're connected to the radios. And then they've got some verticals out here as well. What's interesting about these verticals is we used to have to run radials. So you need a ground reflection, right, for RF. So we used to run big wire radials, maybe 33 feet long, and lots of them, okay? So what's happening now is underneath of those are called Faraday cloth. So that cloth has nickel, copper, and some other metallic fibers woven into it. It's just like a blanket. It's as soft as a blanket. And so it acts as the reflector now. We don't really have to run out radials because most of the current is at the bottom of the antenna anyway, so it's being reflected by that. The bricks are just on to keep it from blowing away because it is like a blanket. People actually wrap themselves in this stuff. They do. If they're afraid of microwaves or cell phones, they wrap themselves. There's a whole cottage industry of this stuff, which you couldn't buy this stuff. It was military. Now it's dirt cheap on the internet. You can buy it on Amazon. So it's really helped the ham radio community out. It keeps us from having to run wires. And it works just as well.
Okay, Windmill Amateur Radio Club. Actually, we're based out of Waymart as far as our meetings are concerned. We hold our meetings on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 o'clock. We do invite the general public. You don't have to be a licensed radio amateur to attend our meeting. But if you're interested in ham radio, you are more than welcome to come to the Gravity on the third Wednesday of every month at 7 o'clock and join us. We have a call sign W3LTR that is given to us by the Federal Communications Commission. It's a club call sign. We use that when we have our events, such as the one that we have today, which is Winter Field Day, and that covers everybody in the club. We do operate as a group, as a club, not as an individual. Windmill Amateur Radio Club is 5 years in process. It was started back in 2018, the last part of 18, and we do have a decent group of members, and we are ARRL affiliated. ARRL being the American Radio Relay League, that's our headquarters, and that's based in Newington, Connecticut. So we're pretty much an active club. We pretty much promote amateur radio. That is our goal, is to promote the hobby. We try to get the young interested, as well as we try to go ahead and keep the older, we call them seasoned hams, keep their attention. So it's a great hobby. It's a hobby that's not only for the individual, it's a hobby that's for a family also. Matter of fact, the woman I'm with today, Marilyn, her call is N3AGG. Marilyn comes from a ham radio family. Her dad and her two brothers are licensed. And it's nice when a family like this gets together. Her dad being deceased, he became a silent key. And Marilyn was able to get a call sign close to her dad's. It was K3AGG, but the call sign was already taken. And we were able to get her N3AGG, which was very, very close. So all in all, it's a nice club. It's something to do. It's a night out. We do have presentations. We do show videos. And it's a good time to come out and socialize with one another. So if you are interested, we do have a website. It's W3LTR, W3LTR.com. And you could also reach me. My name is Joe. I'm the president. My call sign KA3UBG. And you could reach me at 570-877-5459. We'd be more than happy to send you out information as to what our club is all about.